Welcome to UNCG and the Bryan School of Business and Economics. This series of videos will introduce you to the Bryan Undergraduate Student Services Office, the university, and to rules and regulations that each student must be familiar with. As a Bryan School student, you are assigned a professional advisor in the Bryan Undergraduate Student Service Office, located in Bryan 137. You and your advisor will work together each semester on goal setting, course selection, graduation planning, and success strategies as you work towards achieving your academic goals. Let's take a look at what you will be learning about over the course of the Bryan Advisor Briefing. You will be given a welcome from our Dean, Mac Banks, as well as instructions for finding important university dates and deadlines, generating and understanding your degree requirements, searching for classes, registering for classes, using Canvas and Starfish, and scheduling your advising appointment. You must complete the Bryan Advisor Briefing in its entirety. In addition to this video, there are 5 more videos. You will want to complete all videos at one time. To demonstrate your knowledge of the material presented, you must complete the final quiz at the end of the videos. Once you have watched and successfully completed the final quiz, you will be able to proceed to the next steps in the mandatory advising process. As a new main campus Bryan School student, you will be required to attend the university's Spartan Orientation, Advising and Registration, or SOAR, S-O-A-R, program. To sign up to attend SOAR, please visit their website at soar.uncg.edu. If you are an online degree student, you will not be required to participate in the on-campus SOAR program. Our online degree students are required to participate in the university online orientation. To access the online orientation, visit the link provided here on the screen. It is important to always be aware of the university's academic and registration calendars. Here, you will find information such as general registration dates, payment deadlines, exam schedules, and graduation dates. Please make sure to bookmark this important page. Before moving through the remaining videos, please listen to some words of welcome, wisdom, and opportunity in the Bryan School from our Dean, Mac Banks.
Now, some of you may have heard me speak about the Bryan School in the past, but some of you may not. So I'm going to go through these things. I'm going to talk for about 7 minutes about why the Bryan school is different than other business schools that you might consider. And I'm going to go pretty fast. So if you want to follow up with me about any of this or any other questions that you might have, please email me at mcbanks@uncg.edu. That's mcbanks@uncg.edu. Now, there are about 3,000 business schools in the US and there are about 30,000 around the world. Most business schools will tell you that they produce leaders, and some of them will have you take a leadership course, but most will only have you take a leadership module within a course. So it might be an hour, hour and a half of leadership that you get during your time in the school. There's only one school, the Bryan School, that actually puts you on the path to leadership. Companies do not hire students out of their undergraduate degree programs to be leaders. They hire them because they hope that those students that they hire will develop into leaders. So the question is, what's the path to the executive level? Well, we met with executives and upper level managers from dozens of companies, and we asked them how they got where they were. Almost universally, they talked about being able to solve problems better than other people. And that's how they got where they were. That got them noticed, that got them bonuses, raises, promotions, lateral transfers that opened up new career paths. And so we made that the focus of our curriculum revision efforts in 2012. We wanted to be sure that our curriculum helped students become exceptional problem solvers. We also asked these executives and upper level management what they were not seeing in today's business graduates that they wanted to see. And they talked about innovation. Well, really what they talked about was that they wanted to be able to hire students that can help them reinvent their businesses over and over and over again. And at its heart, that's what innovation is all about. They also wanted people that understood globalization, that understood sustainability. And here I'm not talking about environmental sustainability. I'm talking about long-term holistic thinking and decision-making that will help the organization survive decades and centuries, hopefully. They also wanted people that had a strong sense of ethics and morals. Most every business school you encounter will identify at least one of these four things as its emphasis. A small number will have some combination of the two of them. A very small number will have three of them, and only one, the Bryan School, will have all four of them tightly integrated into the curriculum. When you graduate, not only will you be an exceptional problem solver, but you will also understand innovation, globalization, sustainability, and ethics. These things will give you a leg up on securing a great job. But the Bryan School difference does not stop there. We have outstanding faculty members who are some of the best in their fields in the world in blockchain and Bitcoin, cybersecurity, consumer behavior, auditing, health economics, and many, many more areas. Additionally, just about all of our majors have at least one great national ranking. What I'm most proud about, though, is that not what we're doing in our majors, it's what we're doing with our students to help them improve on their personal situations. That's impactful when you can increase the social mobility of graduates of the Bryan School. That makes a real difference. And still, the Bryan School difference does not stop there. Business schools are great at teaching theory and application, but they're not very good at helping students understand business practice, how things really get done. To address that, we're one of only two business schools in the US that requires all of our students to do hands-on projects. Most of these are consulting projects for real companies where our students are helping them solve real problems. This gives you an advantage when you're looking for a job, because instead of walking into a job interview like most students do, you introduce yourself and you talk about the courses that you've taken and you answer their questions. Now you can walk in and introduce yourself and say, this is the value that I can bring to your company, and this is how I can demonstrate that I can do that. And you start talking about your consulting projects. And I say projects, plural, because many of you will do more than one project. That will move your resume from the middle of the stack toward the top of the stack. Our latest curriculum innovation for your benefit is called the Bryan Blueprint Series. All Bryan School business students are required to take this 4-course sequence to graduate. It's optional for the BA in Econ and the BS in CAR students. In year 1, you learn about your strengths and weaknesses and how to improve on them. In year 2, you learn about how to improve yourself professionally and hone your resume and interviewing skills, because you will want to start thinking about and applying for internships. And the more internships you can do, the better. In year 3, you will focus on the global mindset and do a consulting project for a real company with other students from around the world. In year 4, you will polish those leadership skills, and most will earn the truest emerging leader certificate, which is great for your resume. This program is only in its 2nd year, and yet we are already hearing from students and employers what a difference it's making in preparing them for job hunting and competing for great jobs. And we are one of only 2 schools in the US, if not the world. We haven't found another one in the world. We know of one other in the US that's doing something like this. Finally, and this is what convinced me 10 years ago to come here and lead the Bryan School, and that's the special bond between our students, faculty, and staff. I asked students during my interview, what makes this place special? And they told me it was the great faculty members, how much the faculty members cared, how much they were willing to help the students bend over backwards to have special study sessions and things like that. The next day, I asked the faculty members, what makes this place special? And they said it was great students and how bright they were, how hardworking they were, how they did not expect to be given anything. And I left thinking, this place really is special. Those things don't happen at large public universities and large public business schools, but yet it was happening at the Bryan School. And it's still happening today, almost 10 years later. I hope I've been able to convince you that we are the best place for you. So good luck to you.
Now that you understand the Bryan Advisor Briefing process and have been welcomed by our Dean, this concludes your first video. Please proceed to the next video on generating and understanding your degree requirements.